2012 started quickly for Alabama Baptist Disaster Relief Volunteers as a series of tornadoes swept through 8 central Alabama counties on January 23rd. Within a day, crews were on site providing cleanup assistance, making a huge difference for homeowners like this Chilton County resident.
There's not a strong enough word to know how much I appreciate this. I know that God was with us today and how He sent help just spontaneously so quick. And I appreciate it so much, so very much.
In early March, another line of tornadoes swept through several counties, providing an opportunity for Tallapoosa volunteers to lend a hand.
A lot of damage, but the thing that has been such a blessing is to see the response of the community, but also the response of the Alabama Baptist Disaster Relief teams.
With April came the one-year anniversary of the devastating tornadoes that impacted Alabama in 2011. And while it was certainly a time of remembrance, it was also a time to affirm God's sovereignty and providence.
All of you who have donated, all of you who have given, all of you who have cared, all of you who have prayed, thank you. Because we love the people of this state, and we have a wonderful state.
The impact of those tornadoes continues to be felt in communities both large and small, as does the impact of your cooperative program and disaster relief gifts. Since those tornadoes, 8 churches across Alabama have had the use of mobile chapels, made possible by your generous gifts.
Our state convention was there for us. They've always been there for us. And so they provided the mobile chapel. Now, I really can't express how this has affected our church and how we've been reached out through our state convention.
In addition, teams of volunteers have fanned out across the state throughout the year, helping to rebuild churches and homes and lives. The 2012 hurricane season started slowly until Isaac flexed his muscles in August. And although Alabama was spared a direct hit, our neighbors to the west weren't so fortunate. An Alabama team was called out to help clean up the campus in New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary, making for some grateful fellow Baptists.
I'm standing right next to a spot where one of our giant trees fell. By the grace of God, it did not fall on our library building behind me, but it fell within inches of it right next to me, right by a building that had the power for our entire front block. It was laying there and we didn't know how we were going to move it. We had trees around the fence line, trees across power lines, trees and limbs everywhere. And then those chainsaw maniacs showed up. Alabama Disaster Relief. Never has so much sawdust flown in 48 hours in the history of the seminary. You had this place looking beautiful once again in record time. And then you went not only across our campus, you went next door into our neighborhood, helping our neighborhood get their trees and limbs cut up, creating a great positive goodwill for Jesus and the gospel, as well as for our seminary and for Baptist work here in the city. In other words, Alabama Disaster Relief makes a huge difference, and we were blessed by it.
Then when it looked like the year might end peacefully, along came Sandy, leaving a path of destruction across the Northeast. Even now, Alabama Baptist Disaster Relief volunteers are hard at work in New York, providing cleanup, chainsaw work, mud outs, shower units, and chaplaincy ministry. 2012 was also highlighted by our first annual disaster relief offering. Through your generosity, we eclipsed our state goal and received over $200,000. We also experienced a heightened interest in training, having trained over 1,000 new volunteers this spring. Both are indicators that Alabama Baptists remain committed to the Great Commission ministries of reaching out and sharing a cold cup of water in Jesus' name.